Hello.
All right. How about you say we do this stuff? Huh? How about we do this like an old fashioned standoff on Tatooine? Huh? How about we go down to Tashi Station and pick up some power converters? How do you guys feel about that, huh? How do you feel about that? Let's do it. Like, fucking, let's do it. Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel once again. I am Robert Storms. I got one ear, but that's all I need to talk about the season finale and the overall season of Book of Boba Fett. And so let's talk about the good, the bad, and the ugly. Let's talk about the good, the bad, and the ugly with the Book of Boba Fett. If you guys are coming in, you guys are finding me for the very first time, I want you guys to do me a massive favor. I want you guys to go ahead and I want you to smash that like button. Okay? Help out with the YouTube algorithm. Smash that like button. Subscribe if you're not already a subscriber. Of course, super chat donations are always appreciated. So let's get into the discussion because I want to talk about more than just the season finale, although that's what we're going to focus on. But I want to focus on the Book of Boba Fett as a whole and how I feel about this series, right? Like whether well, I just made that. Okay. All right. Whether it was warranted or not, and that's up for discussion. I want you guys to be a part of the discussion. I want this to be a discussion like we're around the water cooler, we're at break at work, we're talking about this. What do you guys think? I want this to be a discussion, guys. So Book of Boba Fett, I don't know what I was going into. Full disclosure, this is the first ever Star Wars series that I stayed up till in the morning to watch it. Like as much as I like Mandalorian, when the season finales and stuff, I'm like, I'll just catch it the next day. Right, I'm not staying up till like 2, 3 in the morning to watch it when it premieres. I didn't do it for any of the Marvel shows, didn't do it for any of the Mandalorian episodes, but this one, I don't know why. Just a part of me was like, okay, I think some shit's gonna go down. I want to check this out. I really want to see this. I just got home from work. It was like 2 in the morning. I'm like, okay, well, let's see if this thing is on around 2:40 or something. It was dropped, and I went ahead and watched it, and my initial thoughts after watching it, I'm gonna be honest with you, it was disappointing. I don't know why, because the last 2 episodes were so good. Episodes 5 and 6 were so good. I thought episode 7, chapter 7, would have went out on this big like bottom, and it wasn't the case. With that said, do I think that the season finale or the series finale, because I don't know if this is gonna get a season 2 or not, so let's just call it a series finale for now. I don't know if it was it wasn't bad, right? I don't think the season finale was awful. It could have been a lot better, absolutely, but it could have been worse, right? I definitely seen worse. So I'm not gonna come out here and just start ragging on it, going, "Oh man, it was garbage, man. It was garbage." Now we can talk about something like when we go into the whole overall season, but if you guys, so the episode starts off. And basically, they're setting up for the war. They're ready for the Pikes to come in. Cad Bane leading them. Cad Bane trying to fish Boba Fett out. Some of the stuff I really did like was when Boba and Mando were using their jetpacks and just picking off stuff, and then the droids came and they're trying to figure it out. I wish Mando would have done more with the dark saber. Like you have a lightsaber, bro, and you didn't do shit with it. And I understand that these droids had shields up, right? Because even the Jedi had a problem with that, like Qui-Gon and Obi-Wan, when the droid, the cards, and all that stuff in episode 1 trying to talk, they had the shields and whatnot. I get all that. But instead of flying around on your jetpack, bro, it would have been awesome if you would have took your lightsaber and used the shit. And I know I'm going to have some fallback from people going, well, he's not fully trained with it, Rob. He just got it. We've seen him training with it. Wait till season 3, and he will be using it all the time, Rob. He'll be using it all the time, Rob. I get it. I'm just saying, like, it would have been cool if because I know, even if I wasn't trained with a lightsaber, I would be whipping that bitch out, man, just fucking everything up, whether I was trained with it or not. But I guess flying around, shooting shit, whatever, man. Some of the stuff that threw me off in this episode was some of the stuff that threw me off with the other episodes. Like I'm sorry, the Power Ranger kids are distraction on Tatooine. They are too clean, too shiny, and too bright to be on Tatooine, right? Tatooine is like the basically all the scum and villainy of the galaxy is like there on Tatooine and Mos Espa and Mos Eisley and Mos Pago, whatever the fuck Free City's called now. They're just too clean. Their bikes are too clean. They're too clean. They don't have no scuffs on them. It's just weird. It's really, really... No, they didn't kill off Cobb Vanth. If you watch the end credit scene, he's in the back of the tank. And I will talk about that later. But it was they're too clean, right? I would see them on Coruscant. I would see them in Canto Bight. I'm not saying they don't have a place in Star Wars, but when you see everybody on Tatooine and you see these kids, there's a couple things that come to mind. You think of like The Fifth Element. You think of the other Arnold Schwarzenegger movie where he goes in the machine and oh my god, I forgot the name of it. But I'm sure you guys will remember and you guys will tell me. But like I think of those sci-fi movies. I think of like no, I'm not trying to joke, Power Rangers, because they're all color coded and all this shit. That stuff comes to mind. I don't think of Star Wars. But if I would see them like on Canto Bight, I'm like, oh yeah, man, that's just the young kids on Canto Bight. You know? Like, I get it. There's like it's just weird seeing them on Tatooine. It completely does not fit the landscape. Not saying it doesn't fit Star Wars. I'm saying it doesn't fit fucking Tatooine. Okay, there's like they won't like you put them on Tatooine or Jakku or Endor or any of these weird galaxy planets. Total Recall. Thank you. Yeah, I see them in those type of things like Total Recall or what was the other one, like Fifth Element. You know, like those type of movies. The Matrix or some shit, you know, maybe not The Matrix, but you know what I mean? Like they're just not in the Star Wars universe. And it was really, really just throwing me off. So let's talk about the ending of this. A couple things I did not like, and I actually got to go back and I got to check this real quick. So give me a second. I got to check this real quick because something did bother me, and I just want to make sure before I actually go into this discussion. That's the problem. I was hearing so much hype. That we were gonna get like Kira in there because the Pikes were part of Crimson Dawn. I was hearing we might get Han Solo in here. There was so much stuff that I was hearing, and I didn't get any of that stuff. So I wanna check this out because there was a couple things. Okay, right here. All right, so I just want to make sure I'm not fucking nuts when I see this. Okay, so he does have it. All right. Because there comes a scene. What's up, Basco? Something bother you? No. Yeah, something. Well, no. Because at the end, there's a standoff between Cad Bane and Boba Fett. Okay? And I kind of thought this was interesting. Because if you guys really know your Star Wars lore, like really, really know your Star Wars lore, you guys know that in a deleted scene that was never showed in Clone Wars or Rebels, there was a CGI scene that Dave Filoni did with Cad Bane and Boba Fett, basically, you know, having a duel, one-on-one duel, confrontation, like an old Wild West. And then you see the fire shot and Boba Fett's helmet falls down and there's that knot in the top of the thing caused by Cad Bane. And that was never released in the Clone Wars series or the Rebels series, but it is canon. Dave Filoni shot that. So when them two squaring up at the end of this episode, I was like, okay, well, this is just a like Dave Filoni calling back to that moment. And then Cad Bane has the quicker gun. He shoots Boba, and then out of nowhere, Boba just pulls that big ass fucking stick. So I was going back and just checking right now. I'm like, I don't remember Boba having that big ass fucking stick on him, but I just checked. He did have that stick. But it's why did they kill Cad Bane? Why? There was no need to kill Cad Bane right then. No need to kill Cad Bane, right? You introduce Cad Bane, and then you kill him an episode later. Like, the fuck? The fuck? Cad Bane, one of the like fan favorite character bounty hunters from the Clone Wars, finally gets a live action debut, and then you kill him. You kill him. Like, the fuck? What the fuck? Now, maybe they can bring him back with the maybe that one guy who turns people into machines or whatever. Maybe he could save them, and Cad Bane will have his own. This show would have served better if it was like a Boba Fett versus Cad Bane show. Now let me get to the nitpicks about this series in general. And here's the thing. This series doesn't make no goddamn sense, okay? First of all, I guess they go to shoot. I guess Cad Bane says, I killed Cobb Vanth. I'm a massive Cobb Vanth fan. Loved him in the Aftermath trilogy. If you guys haven't read the Aftermath trilogy, that's when he was introduced by Chuck Wendig, even though Disney and Lucasfilm doesn't give him the credit for creating that character. Cobb Vanth was created by Chuck Wendig, and they kill him. They kill him in the last episode, or episode 6. And then at the end of this episode, Boba and Agent May is walking, and they're like, you know what? This just isn't for us. It took an entire season for them to realize, hey, you know what? Maybe you aren't the godfather of crime. Maybe you should go back to, I don't know, fucking bounty hunting like you're supposed to, Boba, right? So this whole arc of him trying to be like the leader, the godfather of this mafia, whatever, right? By the end of it, they're like, yeah, this ain't for us. Well, who is it, right? And then you cut to an end credit scene at the end of the credits, and the person at Boba was like, hey, I got someone in the back to tank, because Mom was like, you need to be in a back to tank. It's like it's actually being used by somebody. You cut to the scene of Cobb Vanth in the back to tank, and Boba's back to tank, and then that surgery guy, the surgeon, getting ready to operate on him. So the way it ends off is Boba's like, hey, this ain't for us. But who can be the leader? And then the end credit scene, boom, Cobb Vanth. So obviously Boba and May are going to leave Tatooine, and Cobb Vanth is going to take their place, which you didn't need to do a whole fucking series to do that. You literally did it, because the way Mandalorian Season 2 showed Cobb Vanth, you could have just left it like that. Oh yeah, Cobb Vanth is basically the sheriff of Tatooine, you know, because in the novels, Cobb Vanth, he had Boba Fett's armor. This took place before Mandalorian Season 2. He has Cobb Vanth's armor, and he's the sheriff of Espago, which is the free town that they call it now, right? And then, of course, Mandalorian Season 2, Boba goes after him and gets his armor back, and Cobb Vanth continues to be the sheriff, right? So then Book of Boba Fett is this whole story of Boba Fett coming to Tatooine, killing something Vatuna, whatever, you know, Jabba's guy, and taking over and wanting to be the Godfather, and he fails at every fucking turn. And by the end of the season, he's like, you know what, this ain't for us. And then she's like, yeah, but who can we leave in charge of? And then they cut to Cobb Vanth. You didn't need to show an entire 7-episode series to do that. You could have just been like, Cobb Vanth from Mandalorian, did it. This was a story that didn't need to be explained. Because by the end of Mandalorian Season 2, we could just sit there and say, oh yeah, you know, Cobb Vanth is in charge of everything. It's cool. You know, if anything, Cobb Vanth is the one that has the story arc through this whole thing. Boba, this was just a waste of time for him to realize, yeah, you know what, this project didn't work. Because this series didn't work. Boba Fett, like, if I would take you back to Return of the Jedi, right? Pretend we're in the 80s. And I'm like, Return of the Jedi's just finished. There isn't no Star Wars. And then let's say a couple years past Return of the Jedi, I'm going to be like, hey guys, I'm going to give you a Boba Fett series. Right? Everybody like, oh, that would be awesome, man. He'll come out the Snarlack pit, get his revenge on Luke and Han, and he will go do this, and he's going to wreck shop in the galaxy, you know, taking bounties and stuff. Right? That's what you would think, right? You would think he would go on all these adventures, try to seek out Han Solo, get revenge or something, right? Do something, right? And then we get this series, and we get a older Boba Fett who just kind of sits around going, you have the freedom to speak. What gifts did you bring me? What gifts did you bring? You didn't bring me no fucking gifts. All right, I'm going to go to this club and talk to this mayor and see this Twi'lek fucking dancing. I'm going to do this. And I'm going to fucking play dancing and do all this stuff with the sand people. I'm going to love the sand people. Blah, 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 blah. It was like nothing that this show gave us is anything that we would ever think Boba Fett would do in his own movie or standalone series. It was completely weird. It was completely weird what they did with Boba Fett. Dude, I'm with you, Basco. I'm with you. Not that I thought that the series was god awful, right? I've seen a lot worse shit in my life, believe me. Not saying the series in general was awful. For a Boba Fett series, it was awful. For a Star Wars spin-off series titled something else, it was decent, right? Because the only two good episodes was the episode where Mando showed up and the episode with Luke and Ahsoka and Mando showed up. Like Mandalorian came in and saved episode 5 and episode 6. He single-handedly saved those two episodes. Those are the two highest, to me, the two best episodes of the entire series, right? They should have called this, like Basco said, Tales of Mos Espa, or Tales of Tatooine, or Tatooine Underground, or Star Wars Underground, or Star Wars Legends of Tatooine, or Star Wars, something Tatooine. This was a Tatooine series, not a Boba Fett series. And another thing that bothers me, and I don't think a lot of people understand this or get this, Boba Fett was never attached to Tatooine. Why does Boba Fett give a fuck about Tatooine? Like, he wasn't born there. He wasn't raised there. He's not Luke motherfucking Skywalker or Anakin Skywalker who was born and raised on Tatooine. You know? So why is he sticking around caring about what the fuck goes on Tatooine? Like, he literally got Han Solo because there was a bounty and he was making a shitload of money. He had a contract with Jabba the Hutt. He worked with Jabba. He went back, delivered it, and he fucking died. Well, he got knocked over the jetpack by Han Solo, fell in the Snarl. Like, I know if I had a job and I did my job and I got fucked over and almost died, I wouldn't want to stay in that place if I survived. Like if I would have went to California because I had a job and I completed a job and got into a car accident or whatever and barely survived, as soon as I'm healed, I'm getting out of California. I have no attachment to California. I live in Florida, right? So, like, why is Boba Fett stuck on fucking Tatooine? Why is he staying there? Nobody wants to stay there. Nobody. Even fucking Luke's like, man, there's not much to see around. Like, why? Why? Like, there's nothing on Tatooine to attach Boba Fett. You could have put Boba Fett on, I don't know, you could have brought him back to Kamino, man. Let's see where he was born. Let him see the flashbacks of dealing with that stuff. Put him back on Coruscant. Boba Fett did a lot of shit on Coruscant. He could have had you could have had this thing where Boba survived. You could have done a little bit with the Tusken Raiders, but once he was healed, he's like, okay, I'm healed. I'm heading off planet because I'm going after Han fucking Solo. And in the process of going after fucking Han Solo, Cad Bane hunts Boba Fett. So you didn't even have to add Han Solo in here, right? Obviously, they had the technology to do the Luke face because we have a whole episode of Luke, right? They could have done that with Han Solo, right? Have one episode like a season finale. Boba Fett's trying to find Han Solo. He's running into the criminal underworld like IG-11 and Cad Bane and all these, like Bosk, all these bounty hunters that are also got a bounty on Han Solo, and he's going after them because he wants his revenge. But no, they do this stupid ass fucking story where he's like, I'm in charge of Tatooine. I'm the godfather of crime. What kind of gifts, what donations do you got for me? You know? You come to me with a proposition, you know? Why? It doesn't, like, does this make any sense to anybody? Does this make sense to anybody? Please, tell me. Tell me. Why they, like, it doesn't make any sense. Any sense. You know? And another thing, the reason why this didn't work, because Boba Fett didn't do anything awesome. Didn't do, like, him flying around with the jetpack, doing certain things. Sorry, that's not new. Been there, done that. I seen Mandalorian do it in both season 1 and season 2. Mandalorian season 1, I seen that motherfucker walk in with that IG-80 or whatever, IG-8, IG-11, whatever that IG droid, and he jumped on the back of that fucking turret and lit every motherfucker up. I seen Mando go in and straight up fuck people up. Right? We have seen 2 seasons of Mandalorian fucking people up. So when Boba Fett comes in and he's doing a couple little things, it's like, ooh, am I supposed to be excited? Sorry, I already seen this shit. I did. It should have been called Star Wars Tales from Tatooine. Star Wars Tatooine Underground. Something. This was not a Boba Fett series. This was a Tatooine series. This had people about, and why Mando had to help Boba is beyond me. There was no need for that. And then you're talking about the Pikes, and the Pikes have ties to Crimson Dawn, which has ties to Kira. You have Kira on the count. You have Amelia Clark on the contract. You could have brought her in. You could have brought Han in. You know, how the fuck do you do a Boba Fett series and don't even mention Han Solo? Don't even mention Han Solo. It doesn't make sense. Doesn't make sense. All right, guys. So I want to get some discussions going on here. We got 25 people watching, 11 likes. I want you guys to come in, smash that like button. Let's see if we get over 20 likes. You guys want to support the channel? Best way to do so is hit that like button, subscribing. Super chats help fund the channel, but I want to get you guys in discussion. If you guys want to send super chats in, you can ask questions. I'll read them out loud. Got the stream boss right over here. Sorry, I was getting all excited. I'm getting all coffee up, you know, all coughed up here. But yeah, I mean, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. To end the series with 7 episodes and not 8 or 9 is odd to me. Not really. I don't see that as a negative. I don't know why you think that's a negative. Doesn't matter how many episodes there is. There's some shows that only have 6 episodes. The episode count don't matter. It's how you end it. It's how the series is told. That's the problem. The series was awful. Monster Paradise said, and the action scenes were weird as fuck and slow as fuck. That's because you have an older actor doing this. I mean, granted, you can put the helmet on him and do some stunt stuff, but overall, it's just, it wasn't a good show, man. Wasn't a good show. And I'm tired and sick and tired of no Star Wars music. Okay? What makes Star Wars magical? John motherfucking Williams. Okay? Without that music, Star Wars is not what Star Wars is. It's about the music, the escape, the myth, the magical nature of Star Wars, right? You have the library of music. You can play it. You don't have to play exactly, but you can take the people who are scoring your shows and like, hey, add some of this stuff in it. Add some of that stuff. Like, it was ridiculous, man. No Star Wars music at all. Like, it's just, oh, man, I'm done with it, man. Done with it, man. Like, let me, like, say what you want about Star Trek. At least Star Trek has Star Trek music. Even Enterprise, which has a different intro than any of the other Star Trek series, at the end of the end credits, they play Star Trek music, right? And they play Star Trek melodies throughout the series. It's like, man, like, what the fuck do you guys got against fucking Star Wars music? Like lightsabers and Star Wars. It's like Lucasfilm's like, we're not doing that shit. We ain't doing no lightsabers or fucking Star Wars music. Fuck that. Like, what the fuck, man? Like, you have all these tools to create this awesome thing, and you guys limit yourself. It's like, you own all this stuff. Use it. Pat said, I don't know. I think Mando was longer, but this series was shorter. I don't know what the hell you mean by that at all. I don't know what I think the first season of Mando was like 8 episodes. What difference does it make if Mando had more episodes? It doesn't matter. I mean, Marvel shows had like 6 episodes. Different series had like it doesn't matter, bro. Doesn't matter. Or ma'am or whoever, you know, whatever. I'm not trying to assume any genders here. Please don't cancel me. But it doesn't matter on the episode count. You have what it had to tell your story. Doesn't matter if it's 6 episodes, 7 episodes, 12 episodes. Doesn't matter. Just tell your story. That the episode count had nothing to do with this show not being good. It was the script and the story that they told. It was just they came up with a very boring concept, in my opinion. And I don't know. I know Dave Filoni and Jon Favreau are producers, but I don't think they came up with the concept of the story. I could be wrong. I'm gonna look that up. But yeah, 1 second. Book of Boba Fett IMDb. So I just want to say, well, you got Jon Favreau as the creator, so maybe he did create the Book of Boba Fett. And so yeah, I'm sorry. To me, I just feel like this is a wash. Just like I felt that Bad Batch was a wash. It was just a wash for me. It was a wash for me. We're 2 likes away from hitting 20 likes. Come on, guys. Smash that like button. You guys want to help support the channel? Please smash the like button. Let's give it 20 likes. Subscribe if you want to help support the channel. Hit the like button, all that stuff. You can send in super chats to ask questions. We got the stream boss down below. Mega fan Whelp. Last we have Peacemaker. At least I think you meant at least we have Peacemaker, and I'm glad you have Peacemaker because I don't watch that either. Fuck that shit. To be fair, I gave up on Boba Fett after episode 3. Like I was done with it. I remember I told a couple of my friends, I'm like, I'm done with Boba Fett. I'm like, I'm not liking this series at all. And I didn't watch episode 4. And when episode 5 came out, I had a bunch of people messaging me like, Rob, I think you need to watch Boba Fett. You know, I'm like, nah, man, I'm done with that. I'm like, no, watch this episode. It's really good. So I stayed in bed, watched episode 4, watched episode 5, and Mandalorian showed up, and it was all Mandalorian. I'm like, oh, this is great, man. Yeah, fucking Boba Fett ain't sitting there talking to fucking Tusken Raiders. I'm like, this is great. And episode 6 came out. Brooklyn in the house. What's up, girl? How you doing? How you doing, girl? Hopefully you're doing good. Hopefully the little one's doing good. Hopefully the little girl's doing good. Hopefully you and the family's doing good, Brooke. Thank you so much. Oh, Rome coming in with a super chat. Romeo coming in. He said, what up, Rob? I thought the episode was underwhelming. I'm glad I'm not the only one. You know what, Rome? Me and you are on the same page a lot. We're on the same page a lot, my friend. You know, I noticed that. Like, me and you, like we're on the same page quite a bit. I think we have, like, the same taste when it comes to stuff like that. And he said, what's your thoughts on Grogu's decision picking Mando over becoming a Jedi? I think that's smart to me. I think that that was sort of like always the plan, because after they did what they did with Luke at the end of season 2, a lot of people were like, oh man, Baby Yoda's not gonna be in it anymore, and people were like, oh, they were a little down on that, you know. And so I think it's a good decision. And the reason why I think it's a good decision is because, one, that's what people want to see them together. You know, people want to see them together. It makes sense, and it asks like if he would have stayed there, it would ask too many questions. And what I mean by that is people would have said all the time, "Well, where was Baby Yoda when Kylo Ren took out the whole school and stuff, right?" Because no one ever said anything like that. I remember when Luke Skywalker showed up at the end of season 2. I was still living with Adam. And Adam's like, so we're just assuming that Kylo Ren just killed Baby Yoda, right? And I'm like, well, dude, there was a lot of years that passed by then. I'm pretty sure something happened, right? And then so yeah, but him choosing to go with Mando, to me, it just makes a lot of sense, because it you know, story wise, it just allows you to. I'm sorry, I'm doing something right now. Okay, all right, but yeah, story wise, it just makes a lot of sense, because now you don't have to explain where he is during the events of Last Jedi and when Kylo wiped out the Jedi Temple and all that stuff. And yeah, it's just you have to, like, when you do Mandalorian season 3, people are gonna want Baby Yoda, right? They're gonna want Baby Yoda in there. And I love in this episode how when he gets to Tatooine, that lady's like, "Oh, your name is Grogu? That's weird." Like, nah, I don't like that. Like that. That's exactly how I feel. I will never call him Grogu. He will always be Baby Yoda to me. Always be Baby Yoda, regardless. Like maybe if they would have started, like, as soon as Mandalorian found him in the second episode, someone would be like, "Oh yeah, his name is Grogu," and we were like known that. But they went an entire season and a half without revealing his name, and we all just called him Baby Yoda. I know at the end of season 1, they're like, his name ain't Baby Yoda, and they called him the child. But by that time, Baby Yoda was stuck in our fucking heads. So I will never call him Grogu. It's always gonna be Baby Yoda for me, unless they would have picked a better fucking name like Yaddle, or not Yaddle because that's a female Yoda. But you got Yoda, Yaddle, Yiddle. If they would have called him like Yiddle or Yachty or something, it would have been so much better. Grogu is so fucking weird, man. It's like something from Dragon Ball Z, you know? I'm expecting fucking Vegeta to come out and just Big Bang attack fucking Baby Yoda. Grogu, I found you. Big Bang attack. Actually, that's Final Flash, but Big Bang, you know. Yeah, I thought that was pretty much a given when we saw him at the end of episode 6, where he's like, all right, I need you to make your choice. And then I knew for a fact he was going to pick Mando, because you're not going to want to have season 3 with Mandalorian on his own. Although I do think you could have done that. You could have had him with, you know, go back to Mandalore, try to actually learn the Darksaber and lead the Mandalorians. I thought that would have made a hell of a lot more sense. But I think, you know, just because you have Baby Yoda and he's in, you know, he's Force sensitive, you don't need to have Baby Yoda be a Jedi just because he's Force sensitive, right? Maz Kanata is Force sensitive. She can do stuff with the Force, you know, but she's not a Jedi, right? To be fair, Ahsoka is not a Jedi, you know? Like, you can do things and not be a Jedi. I'd much rather have Mando and Baby Yoda work together, and I'd much rather be like even Mando called Baby Yoda a foundling. I'd much rather him take up, you know, being a Mandalorian and eventually maybe grow up and take over as a like I like that story way much better. But thank you so much, Rome, for your super chat donation. I appreciate it so very much, sir. So very, very much thrown in that big super chat. Brooklyn said she's doing great. Almost 1.5. I know time flies, because I believe you gave birth to her when I was in Tennessee last year. So yeah, man, time flies way too fast, man. Way too fast. 1.5 already, man. That's crazy, Brooklyn. But I'm glad you guys are doing good. I'm really, really happy you guys are doing good. And I'm so glad that you managed to stop by and just chat for a little bit. I was wondering if you were still following me, man. I was wondering if you guys were still following. I started this new job. I haven't been able to do a lot of videos or stream as much as I used to. So I try to get on here as much as I can when I can, when I'm not at work or whatnot. And boom. All right. I think I fixed it. But yeah, back to Book of Boba Fett. I just feel like this series was very, very underwhelming. Very, very underwhelming. I felt like but the whole thing was basically just Cobb Vanth gonna be in charge of Tatooine. Yeah, I see you're still a member. I see the icon, which is awesome. Thank you for your support as always. I am really, really appreciative of it. Really, really am, Brooklyn. I appreciate it so very much. Thank you. Yeah, this is basically setting up Cobb Vanth to basically run everything in Tatooine, because we see Boba Fett at the end. We're like, you know, we're not really cut out for this. This ain't our thing. And yeah, it was just odd, man. I found the season to be boring, most of all. I think it lacked a lot of heart of Star Wars. Whereas Mandalorian has some episodes, especially in season 2. Early on in season 2, I remember me and Anzo were like, man, dude, if we get another one of these fucking missions where he goes to the planet and he has to talk to a guy to find a guy to get a guy and then do this thing to get the thing from this other thing, I'm like, if we see one more fucking episode of this, I'm fucking done, right? Because everything was like a quest, a side quest. But once they started connecting everything, midway through season 2, like, it started really hitting off. But Mandalorian season 1 was pretty solid. There was like 2 to 3 episodes in season 2 that kind of fell off a little bit. But to me, Book of Boba Fett it wasn't a home run. Like it wasn't even a single for me. Like they hit the ball and they were out before they got to first base. And to me, and then they brought in Mandalorian, who was the pitch hitter, and Mandalorian knocked it out of the park. Like you had to bring in other characters to make your characters good, and that's not really a bad thing. I like when they do that. Everybody lives in the Star Wars world, right? I want to see Star Wars characters show up in Star Wars shows, right? When I watch Ahsoka when it comes out, which is my most anticipated series, right? I want to see like flashbacks of Anakin. I want to see flashbacks of Obi-Wan. I want to see Luke show up. The more characters that you throw in there, the better. But make the story make sense. And to me, the Book of Boba Fett never really made sense. You have no business on Tatooine. You have no connections to Tatooine. You show up to Tatooine and try to tell them how to run their shit. And then when they go up against you, you're like, oh, well, fuck me, blah, 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 blah. And then where did Boba Fett just become like this, like, big-hearted good guy all of a sudden? Like, this guy didn't care about anybody. He was willing to take out Han Solo for a bounty. It didn't make any sense. And it was super weird. There were so many things they could have done with a Boba Fett series or a Boba Fett movie. I remember seeing the trailer where I was like, oh, this is going to be like Sopranos with Boba Fett. And it wasn't good, man. It was not good. I'm telling you, it would have been so much more interesting if it was a revenge story with him trying to hunt down Han Solo and get his revenge. Like, I was left to die. I will hunt Solo down and I will take him out. And they could have brought in like even if you only used Han for like one episode and did like the deep fake what they did like with Luke, you could have Chewie in there because Chewie's just in a costume. You could have that one guy come in and play Chewie. There's so much they could have done. And instead of going through the star system and having Boba trying to find Han Solo, Cad Bane trying to follow Boba Fett, they did this stupid Godfather thing. And then the one interesting thing that they had with bringing in Cad Bane, they just killed Cad Bane in the last episode. I'm like, what? Cad Bane just showed up in episode 6 and you kill him in the very next episode? What? Doesn't make any sense. Got a big super chat coming in from Debo the Black Panther. What's up, my brother? Rob, what bothered me so much is the fact that I grew up liking Boba Fett was the greatest story untold in Star Wars after the ESB, yeah. But the show was lame that now I feel BF is forgettable. Boba Fett is forgettable. Yeah, that's sort of the thing. Right? Now, I was born in 84, so I was born right as Return of the Jedi was in theaters. So, I caught all my stuff in VHS, right? So I was never a big Boba Fett fan, ever, right? Like I was Luke Skywalker. And then when the prequels came out, I was Obi-Wan, Like I liked the Jedi. That's what I liked. But Boba Fett had a massive following, right? Because he looked cool. He didn't say shit. You don't fuck with him, and he looked fucking cool. He never really did anything badass in the series. However, if you read the EU books, like Boba Fett was like this badass. The EU's where they really flushed out the character of Boba Fett. Now, the EU was never canon. Even George Lucas said, nah, the EU novels were never canon. Unlike the books that are out now, all the books now are canon, but the EU was never canon. But Boba Fett had like this huge, huge following because of the EU novels. So people that like Debo here, who grew up for years liking Boba Fett, liking the expanded universe and everything that they were doing, when we get this show, this was like a dollar store version on clearance of Boba Fett. This was like a clearance version of $1. This was like a dollar store clearance version. Like, it's not even $1. That bitch is on clearance in the dollar store. This is like a 75-cent clearance item at the dollar store of Boba Fett. That's what this was, right? So much awesome stuff. You got the most popular bounty hunter in Star Wars history, right? And then you don't do anything with it. You don't try to hunt down Han Solo for leaving you to die in the Snarlack pit. You don't try to go back to like Coruscant or go to Calmino to try to figure out your past or any of that stuff. No, you, for some reason, want to stay on the planet that you almost died on to try to run a town that you don't give a shit about just because you're bored, I guess? Like, did they ever explain why he's like, I'm going to take up Jabba's throne? Why? You did bounties for Jabba, but you also did bounties for a lot of people. Like, you did bounties before in the Clone Wars cartoon. You were just starting out in bounties. That's how you met Cad Bane, right? You didn't work for Jabba. Didn't own you. You weren't born on Tatooine. Why? You have no ties to Tatooine at all. So why are you staying on Tatooine to run this crime syndicate? It doesn't make any sense. Like say what you want about Darth Maul, right? Darth Maul, in the process of the Clone Wars cartoon, he wanted to run a crime syndicate. We've seen that development. So when he showed up in the Solo movie, right, as part of Crimson Dawn, and he's in charge of Crimson Dawn, it made sense. They set that up, right? Darth Maul wanted to be the leader of this crime syndicate. It was set up. It was never set up that Boba Fett wanted to do that. And if Boba Fett did want to run a crime syndicate, why did it have to be on Tatooine? Why did Boba's like, all right, look, I heard this thing about Crimson Dawn, and then you got the Pikes and stuff, and they think they're going to run my galaxy? I'm going to show them. I'm going to fucking show them who runs this galaxy, right? Heal off Tatooine, fly, you start your own crime syndicate, and you take out fucking the Pikes and Crimson Dawn. You run into Kira. Kira hires Cad Bane to take out Boba Fett. You do that story. But no, you said, no, we're going to do like 3 episodes of flashbacks with Dances with Wolves, with Tusken Raiders. Boba's going to want to try to take Jabba's throne. He's going to want to run this dust bucket place. And, yeah, we're gonna, this show, this might be a little boring. So come episode 5, we're gonna do a whole episode of Mandalorian because that'll get people juiced up. And just to make things better, the next episode we're gonna add Baby Yoda back in and maybe some Luke Skywalker, and then we're gonna finish it off with a very dull season finale of just Boba Fett flying around doing nothing, riding a fucking Rancor. And then the Power Rangers. Oh my God. Like these Power Ranger kids, man. Jesus. They do not belong on Tatooine. They don't like I'm not saying that people like that can't exist in the Star Wars universe. But not on Tatooine. Okay? Everything around you looks like junk and shit. Right? Like everything's rusty and beat up and dirty and sandy. And then you got these kids coming in. They like no one in Tatooine looks like they took a shower. Ever. Right? None of these people in Tatooine ever looked like they took a shower. Yet these kids don't even so much have a fucking dark mark on their face. They don't have no dirt marks on their face. Their bikes are squeaky clean. Their clothes, like where are you washing your clothes at? Where are you taking a shower at? Where are you washing your bikes at? Is there like a car wash around the corner by the Rancor pit? Like, how are you so fucking clean? It doesn't make any sense. Right? Now, if they were on Coruscant, all right, I mean, big city. Yeah, of course they're going to have like shiny, like hover bikes and shit like that. They're going to be at the clubs and shit. Canto Bike, sure. Casino City, fuck yeah, I can see these kids doing this shit. Right? But to have the Power Rangers show up on Tatooine and be squeaky clean, like if they were a bunch of misfits, you know how much fucking awesome that would fucking be if they built these hover bikes out of old pod racing parts. Like if they had like the engines from pod racers and stuff, and they built like these hover bikes out of like old pod racing parts, and they were like this misfits in Tatooine that Jabba just left to die, and they don't have anything, and they joined Boba's cause. Fine. That makes sense, right? You got these group of misfits that are just left there. You know, they built these bikes out of pod racer parts, and now they're joining Boba Fett's place because they want to take back Tatooine, right? Because Tatooine looked down on them. But no, we're gonna take the Power Rangers, who look like they all got deodorant on. They all got fucking cologne and perfume on. They just got their hair did last week. The one chick got nails on her one hand. She got her makeover pedicure, got her eyeliner on, got her weave in her hair, you know, doing all that stuff. Can someone tell me where the nearest hair salon on Tatooine is? Really? Like what? And they're clean the entire fucking time. No one else on Tatooine looks like that. Fucking Aunt Peru never had her hair did on Tatooine, okay? Fucking Uncle Owen never gave Aunt Peru a day at the spa for Mother's Day. So, no, like, they're completely out of place. They should have been on, like, Canto Bight or Tatooine, or not Tatooine, but Coruscant, like a planet with city and richer people, you know? Or establish another planet and let them be on that planet. You know? Maybe like planet Zordon or some shit. You know? Planet Mighty Morphin Power Rangers or some shit, man. You know? Fucking the Morphin Grid planet. Something. It's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. The whole kid thing, man. Again, I'm not saying they don't belong in Star Wars, but you have to have the right setting for them. You know? You have to have the right setting for them. It just doesn't make sense. Nindroid in the house. What's up, Nindroid? Whoop, whoop. You guys coming in, please smash that like button. We're 2 likes away from hitting 30 likes. You guys want to help support the channel, send in a super chat with a statement or question, read it out loud, and we will discuss it right here live. Yeah, it doesn't make sense, man, to me personally. A lot of this stuff doesn't make sense. The whole plot for, you have Boba Fett, man, and you don't do anything with him. You have Boba Fett, man. And then we're going back to Tatooine with the Obi-Wan series. It's like, Jesus Christ, you know? Oh my God. Really enjoyed the finale, honestly. Like I said with Rise of Skywalker, man. You know, just because I didn't enjoy it doesn't mean I don't hope other people enjoy it. If you enjoyed it, I'm happy to enjoy it. You know, don't whatever I'm saying with my nitpicks and me complaining about it, don't take that as I hate Star Wars, because I don't. I love Star Wars. Absolutely love Star Wars. Always will love Star Wars. I just didn't like what they did with the series. Do I think it's the worst thing I ever seen? No, it's not Rise of Skywalker. But, you know, there was a lot of potential, and I think they wasted a lot of stuff. They really, really wasted a lot of stuff. You know, but with that said, I will be there come May with Kenobi. I'm looking forward to it. I am down. I'm like, yes, let's go watch Kenobi. Let's see more shit on Tatooine. And then hopefully with Kenobi, you know, they actually do something. And he's just not on Tatooine trying to be the Godfather to take over Jabba or stop Jabba or do any more of that shit. Because at this point, I'm tired of seeing Tatooine. Jesus fucking Christ, man. I am tired of seeing... Everywhere you go, there's a fucking sand planet in Star Wars. You know? Tatooine. Jakku. That one fucking planet that Mando was on in Season 2. Or Season 1 to start off. Like, I'm done. I'm done with these sand planets. Give us some other... Take us to the fucking city. Take us somewhere, man. Take us somewhere we haven't been before. We are 1 like away from hitting that big 3-0. 3-0. Come on, guys. Hit that 3-0. Also, we are really close to getting a stream boss, a new stream boss. So if we can get a new stream boss, I would very much appreciate that. So please, guys, smash that like button and become the newest stream boss by sending in a super chat. We are one like away. One like. Disney destroys Star Wars. A lot of fans have given up. Well, Poetic Gangster, I disagree with that. Because if you go back to the 90s and early 2000s, everybody said George Lucas killed Star Wars. So every time, people always say something. So the reason why George Lucas sold it in the first place is because everybody bitched, oh, the prequels suck. You raped my childhood, George. George, you raped my childhood. You killed my childhood, George. You ruined Star Wars. And then Disney gets it, and then, oh, you ruined Star Wars. So who fucking ruined Star Wars? All right? Because anything that's not the original trilogy, people bitch about. You know? So it just depends who you grow up with. Right? If you grew up with the prequels, you fucking love the prequels. You grew up with the sequel trilogy, you're going to fucking love the sequel trilogy. Right? Disney didn't ruin Star Wars because Force Awakens was a really good movie. Rogue One was a really good movie. Rebels was a really good series. The last season of Clone Wars was really fucking good. You know, Last Jedi was diverse. A lot of people like it. A lot of people don't like it. Same thing with Rise of Skywalker. So some people like it, some people don't. That's not ruining it. What's ruining stuff, Poetic Gangster, is what you call Wonder Woman 1984 that's on HBO Max with Birds of Prey that sucks. So that's ruining it. That's ruining it. All right? So it's a little different. It's a little different, buddy. Everybody has different things. Yeah, people are begging George Lucas to come back now. Like, George, come back now. I can show you a whole thing where people are singing, George raped my childhood. George raped my childhood. There's a whole documentary of people blaming George Lucas for the death of Star Wars. That's why the man sold the shit in the first place. So maybe if people weren't dicks, George Lucas would still be in charge of the shit. But no, people are dicks. What I do want to see happen is I would like George Lucas to come back and be a consultant and a creator on some Disney Plus properties. Maybe not give him a movie. Can you imagine the PR and how good that would be if they're like, coming in 2023, George Lucas, Star Wars Disney Plus series. It would be amazing. It would be like the most tuned in, most talked about thing. Just let George Lucas do it. Or like, all right, George Lucas, everything's got to be canon. You go do your own thing. And boom. It would be great. It would be great. He can go into all of his weird shit that he wants to go into and everything. I do think George Lucas needs to go back in. I do think they need to get George Lucas for something. You know, let him direct a short film. Let him direct one season of a show, or be the creator of this series and be like, all right, we're gonna do this. You know. But yeah, thanks, Nindroid. I appreciate you agreeing with me, sir. I appreciate it. Poet Gang says, triggered, and brings up DC. With MCU Marvel now beating Birds of Prey in 2020, answer Big Man. Well, there was no MCU movies in 2020 because of COVID. So what the fuck does that have to do with anything? That has nothing to do with anything. What series didn't have, or what movie didn't make its money back? Birds of Prey. Birds of Prey. Birds of Prey. 10-minute warning. 10-minute warning. Mostly because my cough is coming back too. I'm like, damn cough. Damn cough. Damn cough. Oh, wrong. Marvel put New Mutants out. New Mutants was Fox, first of all. That was Fox. So yeah, Fox created that. So you're just being stupid now. You're just being stupid to be stupid. Just being stupid to be stupid. Got 33 people watching here and 33 likes. Let's see if we can get up to 35 likes. Come on, guys. 35 likes. Let's get to 32 more likes to get 35 likes. Throw in a super chat. Let's see if we can get his new stream boss before I get off. We got 6 minutes left. Let's see if we get a new stream boss in 6 minutes. Anybody? Anybody? Let's see if we get a new stream boss. Let's see if we can. Let's see if we can get a new stream boss. Facts that Poetic Gangster don't tell you. He doesn't know shit about anything. He just comes up with shit and makes up his own shit. Facts that Poetic Gangster won't tell you. Valhalla coming in with $5 super chat. Might be a new stream boss. Let me get the camera ready just in case. Poetic Gangster talks smack yet covers when Robert challenges him. Yep, pretty much. All right, I got this ready. See if we got a new stream boss coming. Come on, let's see if we got a new stream boss. Come on. Boom, there we go. New stream boss. Thank you so much. Valhalla. Boom. All right, let me go ahead and put it on Instagram like I normally do. Yeah, pretty much, Valhalla. Pretty much. You're right on the money with that one, sir. Poetic Gangster, man. Let me see. New stream boss. New stream boss. I did not lie. It was created by Fox. Disney didn't make that movie. The MCU didn't make that. Marvel Studios didn't make New Mutants. Marvel Studios did not make New Mutants. Sorry about that. Fox did. Disney ended up releasing it because of the merger. So, facts that Poetic Gangster don't tell you. He makes shit up. Yeah, Boba Fett only has 7 episodes. Only 7 episodes. 3-minute warning. 3-minute warning. Anybody want to throw any final super chats in? Now is the time. Now is the time. I believe the Nintendo Direct just hit too. Which I wanna watch the Nintendo Direct. Yeah, everybody's watching the Nintendo Direct, so I'm probably gonna do that after here before I get ready to go to work, lay down, probably take a nap, watch the Nintendo Direct, see what they got to offer. It was good to get on here and stream with you guys. Got 26 people watching. We're still 2 likes away from hitting 35 likes. So if you guys haven't done so already, please, guys, just do me a massive favor. Just smash that like button. Just smash that like button, please. Let's get up to 35 likes. Just simple. I'll tell you what. I'll even go on there and like it myself. Then we only need 1 more like. 1 more like. 1 more like. Let's see. Where are we? Boom. All right. So now we need 1 more like. 1 more. Come on, 1 more like. That's all we need. 1 more thumbs up. Come on. Let's make it happen. We got 2 minutes. 2 minutes. Well, actually, we got like a minute and like 5 seconds. But boom. Come on. We need 1 more like. Let's make it happen, guys. I can't like it twice. But okay. So as we're finishing up, I just want to say, guys, thank you guys so much for staying with me for this past hour. I want to know what you guys think about the Book of Boba Fett. You can leave those comments in the comment box below. Big shout out to Rome, Debo, and Valhalla for their super chats. I very much appreciate it, as always. Thank you, guys. We hit 35 likes, so I appreciate that. Thank you all so very much for coming in, participating in the discussion. Leave what some of your highest moments and maybe some of the things that you didn't really like about the series. Leave those in the comment box below, guys. Tell me what you think about the series in general. I want to thank everybody for watching. Love each and every one of you. You guys have a great, great day. As always, I am Robert Storms,